Is this one working? I just have to re-record this because the previous one didn't have my audio in it. And it was such a good one as well, because I was telling you that hopefully this week, the Police Science Doctor magazine, the very first edition, the inaugural edition, is coming out. So let me just show you what you're going to be seeing. So this is the promo, one of the promo videos for the Police Science Doctor magazine, which is coming out this week, hopefully, if my designer and I get it all done. And is, in essence, is free for every law enforcement practitioner, student, researcher, anyone who's interested around the world to browse through. You can actually flip pages. It's all digital. You can watch interviews. You can read the transcripts. You can do an evidence-based policing quiz, and you can read an article. There's some essays in there. And you can do that on screen, or you can download the whole thing. It's all free, completely financed by advertisers. Anyone who's interested in getting involved for the next edition, if you want to be interviewed about something, if you've got something to share with other law enforcement around the world, this is a global thing, then get in touch on contact@policesciencedoctor.com. And the way to register, as you saw, is simply policesciencedoctor.com/mag1. Then I'll be able to let you have the downloaded PDF, and you can also access it on the screen. So, but getting back to the police science snippets, this happens every Tuesday, 3 bits of recently published scientific research findings in the fields of police science, evidence-based policing, investigative psychology, and so on. I email them straight into your inbox with the link to the original research articles if you're already on the Police Science Doctor email list, which is free as well. Simply Google Police Science and put in your details into the form that pops up on policesciencedoctor.com. If it doesn't pop up, simply go down to the bottom of any page and you'll find the form there. You will then also get sent the password to access the read page, on which you'll find all the previous PDFs. 277 PDFs are on there now, with 3 snippets each, to find something that's relevant to your particular role, because obviously I can't cater to all of them every single week. So for this week, the first police science snippet we've got is about recency and decay in Desistance. It will make sense. Individuals update perceptions of risk after experiencing an arrest. Signals such as an arrest lead to immediate changes in perceptions, but as time passes, individuals gravitate back towards prior beliefs. So if the arrest is very recent, has just happened, you might be thinking, like with a hangover, oh, never again, I'm never doing that again. The more time passes, the weaker this resolution becomes. This made me think of something called focused deterrence, where officers maintain contact with people on their radar, pay them visits to remind them that we're watching you, we're keeping an eye on you, but hopefully also offer support and build rapport and use a lot of empathy and people skills in the process to help people stay away from crime. So maybe those two things could be combined. The second snippet for this week is about investigators' psychological health. Child sexual exploitation investigators are required to view thousands of sexually graphic images involving children as part of their daily work, raising concerns about possible harmful occupational health effects. This study compared child sexual exploitation investigators' mental health to that of other investigators. It found that in some areas, CSE investigators experienced greater levels of distress and had more risk factors than other investigators. It has also found different protective and risk factors for each group. I couldn't list them in the snippet. It wouldn't have, there wouldn't have been enough space. But you can read the article. As I said, the link is in your email. And it's actually an open access article, which means you can read the whole thing, even if you don't have a subscription to the publisher. And the last and third snippet for this week is about polygraphs and false confessions. This study investigated polygraph administration during the interrogation of criminal suspects who falsely confessed and were later exonerated. Only a quarter of polygraph outcomes were correct. It is argued that the use of polygraphs to convince suspects they have been incriminated by their own bodily responses is a polygraph self-incrimination ploy, an interrogation technique that contributes to false confessions in vulnerable individuals. We want to avoid false confessions, absolutely, because the actual perpetrator stays out. The innocent person is convicted, potentially, and their whole life is messed up, big lawsuit, compensation, and so on. It doesn't serve anyone. It's a lose-lose situation. So that is an interesting warning article there. So these were the 3 snippets for this week, along with the exciting news that the magazine is coming out this week. So you'll be seeing more about that. So the second snippet was about the psychological well-being of child sexual exploitation investigators. Actually, the magazine features an interview with Paul Gallen-Scott himself, who worked out that there's a way of drastically reducing the amount of such material that digital forensic investigators are exposed to, while still achieving maximum conviction rates. So he spoke to the Crown Prosecution Service about this and realized that there are thresholds, but he will explain it a lot better. So watch out for that particular interview as well. So until I see you again next week with snippets, but you'll be hearing more from me during the week about the magazine. I'm excited to share it with you. I've been working on it for between 1 and 2 years, gathering, curating the material, speaking to people around the world. We're covering Brazil, India, Sweden, America, Holland, and the UK, and the US, and Italy, actually. So every issue is going to be global. That's the whole point of it. Practitioners exchanging things with practitioners and helping each other. So until I see you again for the snippets, thank you very much for listening and make good decisions. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this content useful. You can get access to each episode's transcript with key learning points, timestamps, and references if you get yourself onto my mailing list. Just go to the main website on policesciencedoctor.com, and on the bottom of each page you will find a sign-up form for notifications of new content. Just enter your first name, your preferred email address, and the type of organization you work for. You will not get any spam. This is just for me to let you know about new content and for you to get access to all the transcripts.